Hi everyone and welcome to Book Boob. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be talking about my February wrap-up. So I'll be all about the books that I read in February and what I thought about them. All the books that I read in February I borrowed from the library and I do not currently have them anymore, so I'm not able to hold them up for you. But I'll make sure to say the names of the books and also the authors so you can look them up if you would like. I've been doing themed TBRs each month so far in 2019, and in February it was book to movie adaptations. And I was doing it in reverse. I had seen the movies first and I wanted to read the books, which I've never done before really. And so this was kind of an experiment for me to see what I thought about it. But the first book that I got through in February was Dumplin by Julie Murphy. The movie Dumplin came out on Netflix towards the end of 2018. It's a super cute little chick flick movie. I really enjoyed it a lot. Even though I don't watch a whole lot of chick flicks, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun. And this was also my first time dipping my toe into contemporary. So this is my first contemporary experience. I have my notes here that I wrote down. I'm going to kind of reference them a little bit so I don't forget what I want to say, because I know my mind goes blank a lot of times when I film videos. So let me tell you what I thought about Dumplin. So first of all, I gave Dumplin 3 stars. It was kind of a middle of the road for me. I personally enjoyed the movie a lot more than the book. The movie was basically the watered down version of the book. And I don't mean that in a negative way. They basically just took out all the extra drama and angst and stuff and just sort of took the basic storyline, and that's what they used for the movie, which I enjoyed a lot. It wasn't as stressful and angsty to me. There was a lot of sort of like I keep saying, angst. There was a lot of angst and side stories and drama in the book that I actually didn't really enjoy a whole lot. I liked the kind of main overarching story that they used for the movie. I did like getting more insight into the character of Beau, which is kind of like the main love interest in the movie and as well as the book. And I liked getting more insight into his character because there's not a whole lot of insight into him in the movie itself because there just isn't time. So I liked getting to know Beau's character a little bit more. And then it was, I don't know, it was a cute story, kind of a cute intro to contemporary for me, but it was sort of a middle of the road book for me, just 3 stars. So I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it was still cute. The next book that I read, I really enjoyed a lot, and that was Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Again, I had seen the movie already. I saw it last year and really enjoyed it and heard that the book was really good, even though the book was supposed to be honestly very different from the movie itself, but it made me want to read the book. So I did, and I loved it, and it was very, very different from the movie. I gave it 4 stars out of 5. I've both enjoyed the book and the movie, honestly, equally, even though, and I think it's the fact that they were so different that I enjoyed them so much because they were both really well done, both different. So it was like reading a new story all over again, even though I'd seen the movie, which was really, really cool. There are tons upon tons of pop culture references in there. Basically, as many references as Ernest Cline could fit in that book, he did. And I can see why things were changed for the movie because there were a lot of pop culture references in the book that may go over some people's heads. There was a lot of stuff about references about Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. And some people aren't quite as into that. It worked really, really well for the book, but I don't know if it would have worked as well for the movie. I know Dungeons and Dragons may have seen a little bit more of a resurgence lately because of Stranger Things, because it was in that show and it's such a popular show, which I love as well. But anyways, so many pop culture references, which made it so much fun. Lots of harkens back to my childhood and everything. So that was really cool. The whole topic of the story was really interesting to me, but was also terrifying and sad at the same time. So we're dealing with this completely immersive video game, basically. That's just this giant platform that you totally immerse yourself in. You've got a headset, you're totally immersed, you feel like you're there. And it gets to the point where people, that's all they want to the only place they want to be. They don't want to be anywhere else. And they pretty much live in this fake world, being a fake person. And what's sad is it was sad for the characters to see them just completely disconnected from the world. And then some of the characters wouldn't even leave their homes. Like they would be in their homes for months, having food delivered to their home, not talking to anybody, not doing anything except on this game, which was sad. It was so sad. And then also it's terrifying because I could see it going this direction because I know that video games, they're getting more and more intricate, more and more immersive. And I know that they're already working on having, the video games with the headsets and being more immersive and everything. And the technology is getting better and better. And I could see this happening one day, that a game can become this immersive. And it's already happened already in that I know that some people, like World of Warcraft, when that game was huge, there were a lot of people that were so so sucked into the game, like they would forget to eat, they wouldn't go do anything else, they just play. And there's some people that get so attached to games like that. But I could see if a game is that immersive, to where you feel like you aren't even in the real world anymore and like you're just somewhere else, I could see that becoming a very relevant issue of people just wanting to immerse themselves in a fake world and not wanting to interact with the actual world around them. So it was pretty terrifying, an interesting concept, and I could see it happening. So it was interesting. But yeah, it was an exciting book. It was a fun book. It really, really got me to keep reading it, and I really loved it. It was just fast paced and fun, and I really enjoyed the fact that it was different from the movie because it wasn't like I knew everything that was going to happen, which was enjoyable. After that, I jumped into another contemporary, To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I'd also seen the movie as well. It came out on Netflix last year, and it was a really, really cute movie. Super cute little story. I enjoyed it a lot. Again, this was only probably the other chick flick I watched all year, and I really enjoyed it. It was super cute. So I wanted to try out the movie, and I've heard a lot of good things about this whole trilogy of To All the Boys I Loved Before. So I was like, let's try it out. Let's see how it is. Honestly, I kind of feel the same way about this one that I did with Dumplin. I gave it 3 stars out of 5 as well. I think I enjoyed the movie more. The book itself, there was just so much angst, just so much teenage angst and so much drama. I also felt like I was, because of the age that I am, I'm 30 years old and I've been out of high school and college for quite a while. And because of that, I feel so far removed from the target audience that this book is for. At least that's what I feel like. So it just felt, the drama to me wasn't interesting. It was actually kind of annoying to me. I wasn't getting into it. I enjoyed it as a movie, but I just didn't enjoy it as a book as much. Just too much angst and drama. The only thing that was the redeeming factor for me for this book was the fact that the family dynamics in it were really sweet. I loved seeing how close all the family members were to each other, how much they loved each other, how much they cared for each other, how much they loved to be together. And I loved seeing that. You don't often see that in books, seeing really good family dynamics. So I like to see that. That was kind of the one redeeming thing for me. But I'm also not a fan of books where the romance is the main focus. And I know that's the point of this book. That's the point of To All the Boys I Loved Before, is the main focus is the romance. But I'm not used to that, and so I don't enjoy it. I know it's the point of the book, but I didn't enjoy it. So that one I gave 3 stars out of 5, and I was kind of about it, but I was like, you know what? People really, really love this trilogy. I'm going to start reading the next one, P.S. I Still Love You. I'm going to go ahead and read it. Maybe it'll be more fun because I won't know what's coming, because the first one had a lot of elements from the movie, and so I knew kind of what was happening. So maybe the second one will be more fun. Yeah, I DNF'd it, which I don't do. I rarely, if ever, DNF books. I usually press on and make myself read it. I couldn't. I got halfway through this book and realized I didn't like the characters, and I couldn't stand Laura Jean. I couldn't do it anymore. She is one of the most wishy-washy, flip-floppy, selfish characters. She drives me crazy. She's never satisfied. She finally gets to be with a guy that she cares about, and then she starts wandering around and like, oh, well, that guy's nice too. And I'm like, can you please just be settled for 5 minutes? I couldn't. I couldn't handle the story, and I couldn't handle Laura Jean, and I realized I didn't really like any of the characters, and because of that, I was like, it's not worth pushing through this, because I knew if I read the second book in its entirety, I'd feel like I'd have to read the third book in its entirety, and I'm like, I'm not wasting my time on this. I can't. So I apologize to all of you out there that really love this book. More power to you. I don't have a problem with that, but personally, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. It was too angsty and too drama-ish, and I couldn't handle it. It was just too much angst. I can't handle the angst. And also, this series makes me nervous about my child being in school eventually, especially high school, like junior high and high school, because I didn't grow up with a whole lot of social media or anything when I was younger. And once I got older and was in college, social media started being more of a thing. So now, starting from the beginning, my daughter is going to have social media in her life, at least around her. And that makes me nervous because there's a lot of crazy stuff and people are really mean to each other on social media. And I'm just like, anyways. So it stressed me out. Let's put it that way. But those are all the books that I read in February. If you've read any of the books that I mentioned today, let me know what you think about them down below. Especially, whoops, I just knocked a whole bunch of books over. Especially if you read the To All the Boys I Loved Before series and if you loved it. Let me know why you loved it. I'm curious because I know why I didn't like it. I want to know why you liked it. But yeah, and also let me know what you read in February. If you read some books, let me know what you read. I love to hear. On this side over here is going to be my logo. If you click on that, you can subscribe to my channel and follow me on my book journey. On this side over here is a suggestion for another video if you want to watch another one right now. But thank you so much for watching. You rock, and don't forget to keep reading. Bye!